Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Focus on Gaming podcast, episode 102. I'm Martin.
Hello, Duncan.
Hello.
Hello, welcome back.
I am back. Yeah,
We're-
week
we're-
away. I died, came back again.
Exactly. Yeah, we had a good discussion about how dead you were last week,
Okay. Not
but you
so
are still alive.
not so dead as other weeks because I've only been away a week. Sometimes I die a month or so and then come back. But yeah, we were having a quick chat before, and I haven't actually done any gaming since the last one I was on, and that was about 2 weeks ago because my controller was broke because I dropped it in water.
I know the perils of accidentally breaking your controller, and it was an accident.
It was an accident. I would admit it, but it was.
This was not an anger-related incident.
Probably the first controller that I've broke that hasn't been anger related.
There was no Rocket League involved this time.
No. I was trying to do some washing up, and I knocked it into the wash, and it worked for a few days, and I thought I got away with it, and then it just stopped working all of a sudden.
Yeah, all it takes is one time. If you get it wet, these things wet. All it takes is one teeny tiny drop of water that hasn't dried, and if it knocks between two bits, two contacts or something, then fried. Unfortunately, yeah. So yeah,
hopefully by the next podcast, I would have got myself a controller and I can actually say, yeah, I've been playing, because there is quite a bit of stuff on Game Pass at the moment. So what about you, Duncan? I'm hoping that you have.
I have been gaming. Yes. Well, I completed the altars. We talked about that. What is it I've been playing? I've been playing loads. Oh, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 and 4. Obviously, been playing that. It's bringing back some memories because although I played 1 and 2 a lot more than 3 and 4. But yeah, it's a lot faster than I remember. And I have done a review of it on a bite size. So yeah, go and see that. I do like it, and yeah, if you're a fan of the 3 and 4 previously, then it's great. Go and play it. As I said, I didn't really play 3 and 4 before. I played 1 and 2 to death.
Yeah, I definitely played 1 and 2 on the PlayStation.
Yeah, 3 and 4 were on PS2, weren't they? Or were they on? I can't remember. But anyway, but yeah, so you get a couple of new maps as well, and all the extras and secrets, and you can. I've been using Michelangelo as a skater, who has some interesting manuals and grinds and lip tricks where he like goes on his shell and stuff like that. So yeah, it's good fun. Other than that, I haven't really been playing the Game Pass. Well, not new Game Pass ones. My wife's off work at the moment, so she's been playing Civilization Revolution, as in the Xbox 360 one. So I've been sort of not assisting her with that, but watching her play, which is quite nice. Yeah, so that was quite good. But this week, well, today actually, because we're recording on the Thursday, the 17th, we got RoboCop, and that I have on PC. So I played that and completed that on Steam Deck. So I'm quite looking forward to looking at it looking a lot prettier, because it looks all right on the Steam Deck, but I'm sure it looks a lot better on the Series X. It would look a lot better on the high-end PC, but it's a great shoot 'em up, like FPS. If you are a fan of the films, it will probably be better because it does feel like your RoboCop. And yeah, some great set pieces, and it's not open world, but there's sort of little areas where you can walk around and choose which thing you do, and there might be like little secrets and whatnot you can open. There's also He Is Coming, which I have no idea about, but looks like a sort of Spectrum game. And then there's My Friendly Neighborhood, which I'm looking forward to playing. It's a survival horror puzzly kind of game. like first person game, and yeah, seems like it could be quite good. But I haven't actually played it before, so I don't know exactly what it's like. I've just seen videos of it before, and it's basically there's puppets. They're a bit sort of like Sesame Street, the Muppets kind of puppet style puppets, but that have gone horror style. And it looks good.
I will definitely need to get a controller by the sounds of it. So I am missing out.
Yes,
because
Xbox do allow touch controls on their cloud gaming on some games. They were at one point going to make it universal, so you could just adapt it, but then they've that sort of disappeared. And there isn't many games recently that they have made touchscreen compatible, so you can play on your phone. But so I don't know whether they've sort of stepped back from that because people aren't using it. Because I think personally, most games don't work very well. Yeah, if you're going to play a first-person shooter on a phone, it's not going to work very well. Even though there are some first-person shooters on your Play Store and iTunes Store, but not very good. But something like Stardew Valley, there's no reason why that can't be touchscreen. Now, some of the best ones are the first-party ones, like was it Minecraft Legends? I think it was. Even the buttons were sort of themed, and you could tap for what weapons and stuff you want. It was one of the Minecraft games. It was Minecraft. There's an actual mobile version, so you don't really need to. No, some good games on Game Pass. So yes, hurry up and get a controller, you. So other than that, I haven't really been playing much. Just the normal things. Bit Hitman here, bit Hitman there. No, I'm about to start a new job, so yeah, I've been doing a lot of that recently as well. But what were we going to talk about today? We were going to talk about. I'll leave it up to you. Hello.
Oh, you still there?
I'm here.
You froze. I don't know if I froze or whatever, but yeah.
No, I was just saying, what were we going to talk about?
Should we talk? Because there was two things. So should we do gaming in society and get all deep and philosophical?
Yeah. But how it's affected life, and for us and for the world around.
Yes. I think let's start with us. We briefly had a chat, but we're getting a little detail now. But if gaming wasn't invented, how different would your life be now? Do you think it would be a positive difference or negative difference? Do you think gaming has been positive for you or negative?
I think both. I think we talked about, obviously, education-wise. I haven't been to university. And I mean, I got all right grades at school. Yeah, they weren't terrible. But I was also playing on Spectrum a lot when I was younger. And then I was going around to friends' houses that had Mega Drives and Super Nintendos and Amigas and also all these kind of things. And I had a Game Boy as well. So, yeah, a lot of my life that revolved around gaming. And even back then, when it wasn't live service games and games where you had to check in every day to play, and you had to miss this free download, or if you don't check in, you'd miss this. And so yeah, I think it probably did affect my life. Would my life be massively different? Probably not, because I would have found something else that would have made me obsessive. Whether it be like cards, making movies, or something something not necessarily creative. No, I'm not a very creative person. I'm more of a logical person. So actually, more. Oh, yes, I think it has made a difference in my life. And right now, I'd much rather, when I've got to do work, I'd much rather sit and play Xbox. But and that's why I put weight on as well, because would I rather go walking for an hour or two, or would I rather sit and play a bit of Hitman? Yeah, I'll play a bit of Hitman, thanks. And I didn't bother. I didn't revise much for school or college or anything like that. Yeah, I was a lazy bones, but I think that's more me. That I can't blame that on the games. The games were a symptom, not a cause.
Yeah, for me, and again, I don't want to, because it is my decision at the end of the day what I do in my spare time and what I should be doing compared to what I am doing. So it's easy to say, "Oh, that wasn't there. I would have done a lot better." But especially university, and I mean, throughout my school, primary.
Oh, there's a connection problem there then.
Oh, am I back?
You disappeared for a second then.
I don't know what I was going to say. So throughout my school life, so primary school, secondary school, college, and university, there was always gaming involved. Say in primary school, it would have been sort of the PlayStation, Nintendo 64, Game Boy Color era, sort of Sega Saturn. And then secondary school, PS2 sort of time, and then college was like PS3. Even university, I was just on the. I think I was on the PS. No, I don't know. By university, I think I was on the. Either I was on the PS4, PS3. I can't remember, but especially university, because I can sort of like.
You had online games by then as well, didn't you?
I don't want to say, "Oh, I would have got like a first if I didn't have gaming," but there were times, and it's my fault, but I would have like an exam the following morning, and I'd be on FIFA 11 or whatever it was at that time, till about 3 a.m., 4 a.m. in the morning, doing like a career, trying to get, and then sort of rock up half asleep and try and. Sometimes I would miss sort of lectures because I'd just be sleeping all day because I was up instead of that. So I mean, I did my degree. I got passed the degree, but my final marks could have been a lot better than I. But that's on me. That's not gaming. But if gaming wasn't there, like you said, there might have been something else. That might have been like I might have become like a massive Dungeons and Dragons fan and ended up doing that on my own.
And if not that, there's always heroin.
I will substitute. I've got an addictive personality, so I'll find something to get addicted to. But
I mean, the thing is, yes, you had online gaming when you were at university and stuff, but I think nowadays the live service games, it's so addictive, and they do prey on the fact that it's oh look, you've got this thing. But then this thing, you could just play a bit more, and then you'll get that next thing. So, but yeah, it's just I don't know. It's the dopamine hit, I think, and so yeah, there's no end to the dopamine hit that people are gonna get, because there's always a skin, there's always a level, there's always this kind of thing that they will have. And yeah, if you're at university or you're at school doing your GCSEs, I mean, I have that at the moment. My stepson is 15 years old, and he is obsessed with screens. He will do anything in his power to get on screens. I mean, you don't have that quite yet, but it'll come. because yours are all younger. But how do you feel? Yeah, how do you feel about your kids? Like in 10 years' time, when they could be do their GCSEs and whatnot, that it would be even more advanced.
Yeah, I mean, I'm basing it on my. Cause I've been quite negative at the moment in terms of, but
we'll get onto the positives.
If I look back on my like childhood memories, a lot of the best memories I have with my friends would be sat around. Or I don't know, having a FIFA tournament. I remember FIFA 99, I think we had a big FIFA tournament for one of our friends' birthdays.
Yeah.
And that it was, and it's just loads of.
I have great memories of like all the Tekken tournaments and Soul Calibur tournaments and going. We went through GTA San Andreas, me and my friends all together, where we all did a mission each.
Like more of a recent memory was, I think it was one of the UFC games, and it was my first flat I had after moving out from my mum's, and then we were gonna come round and we were gonna have some drinks and we are gonna go out. So we were all had a few drinks and we were playing UFC and we're all around and we were like betting on each other, like in terms of who was gonna win. And there was one, my cousin, who had never played it before, against someone who like owned the game, and everyone put their money on the one who owned the game, apart from like one of our friends, and he was like coaching my cousin, and my cousin was like knocking him to the floor, and everyone was going like, we were all like cheering and shouting, and like you get a lot of things like that which you just wouldn't get with anything else really. So when I base it on that, I think for my children, I think like there's worse things they could get into than gaming.
Oh, absolutely.
My partner's a little. She's not against it. Like she knows there's worse, but she is a bit like, especially with my son. She is like, oh, I don't want him to be one of those people who's sat in his room just playing games all day and then doesn't like go outside. And so she's like, he's almost 4. She's like reluctant at this point to like, because like there's games like Peppa Pig or whatever that you could play, or Bluey, like Bluey. But she's like, she doesn't quite want it to happen yet, because she is like, I don't want him to come like one of those sort of games.
See, that's understandable. If people don't game, they don't understand the positives. So we can get onto the positives of the fact that it helps relax, it helps coordination. I mean, that's proven that it helps people with their coordination. The interaction, like you said, with friends. There's so many positives, but I am very much my son, I limit his time. I don't just go just go on Xbox whenever you want kind of thing. He goes on when I say so, and if I feel like he's played too much, I go, no, go read a book or go play in the garden. Yeah.
I think gaming today and gaming in the future, when my son's going to be older, is a lot different to when we were growing up. Let's see, it was a lot different for me than when it was for you, because my memories of when we were all together in the same room and you're all sort of laughing or shouting or celebrating, and one of you's like devastated, whereas now it's all online. I think that's what my partner's image is that it would just be him sat in a dark room.
It's sort of gone full circle, hasn't it, from the 1980s and 90s image of the it's for kids or weird old men that are in the basement of their mum's house kind of thing, and it's gone round to a sort of, no, actually it's like sort of people sitting in having a few beers together and playing together, and now it's gone back to sort of the image of somebody sitting behind a screen and just like being fat and lazy.
Even now, the best times I have with gaming is when I arrange a gaming night and my friends actually come round and we'll play. like sometimes we'll get the N64 out, we'll get the game, and we'll play like the old retro games. We always have a good time on like the old track and field games because I'm terrible. They're really good. Somehow they can like they I don't know. It must be something to do with their thumbs. So they're like running ahead, and I finish about 5 seconds later in a 100-meter sprint. So
you like the Eric the Eel of track and field.
Yeah.
that's a one for people to Google. Yeah, no, there's so many. You can have such good times, and I think games. There are so many. It's like movies. There are movies out there that A are porn, B are gratuitously violent and gory and whatnot. Okay, that give nothing to society, but equally there are movies out there that educate people, that make people understand, like, and feel something, and help to bring a story out into the public, whether it's to do with war or to do with relationships or something. And that's the same with games. I mean, there are games that have won awards from veterans societies for their depiction of war. There are games that have won awards for their depiction. I mean, look at Senua's Saga and Senua's Sacrifice. It's won awards for its depiction of psychosis and mental health issues. There are ones that, whether it's LGBTQ issues, whether it's all sorts. There are so many games out there that do good. It's just unfortunate that the biggest thing out there is capitalist style companies that have shareholders that want more money.
And they make that more money by making the game as addictive as possible and get
there's a lot of people that
aim to win or whatever they call it. But
that dig at these developers who they go, they made a really good game 10 years ago, but now this is rubbish and everything. A lot of the time, there are people, even at the core, the top of these developers, that are like, I really want to make a game that's so good. But they've just, unfortunately, they've got business people go, no, you've got to make money. And this won't make money. And because they don't know gaming. And there are business people out there that still see it as a kid's pastime. Yeah. Tim Sweeney, Epic boss, has many faults, but I'm sure he probably is like, how do I make more money, kind of thing. Whereas your boss of Larian Studios who make Baldur's Gate 3 has very much gone, no, we'd do what we know is going to be good and what we want to do. And hey presto, they make one of the best games of all time. Simple as that.
Yeah, and I'll just, in terms of, and I don't want to. It's the last thing I'll say about my own personal experience. But see, I've said the best experience I've had is when I'm with, and you said about sort of games that have meaning. Like I recently played South of Midnight, and I really enjoyed that game because it was like a story throughout the game.
Yeah,
and I had much more positive experience on that game than I would have when I play sort of Rocket League. And some of my worst experience of gaming is when I've been playing Rocket League and I just can't get off it, and it's 5 a.m. and it's starting to get daylight outside, and I'm like, what have I done? I'm like, now I'm going to be sleeping pretty much the whole day if it's a weekend, or sometimes it's even be when I've got work the next morning. I'm like, I'm going to just
absolutely, yeah.
You just regret it straight away, but because you just can't get off it. So when but that's on me. That obviously there are, with everything, like you said, with movies, there's good, really positive movies out there, but then there's also movies that
if you think about gaming like alcohol, if I'm having a couple of beers right now. Anybody who listened to last week's episode might go, Duncan had a bit more than a couple of beers. I did. But, having a couple of beers is is fine. But it can get addictive. And it's the same with alcohol. If having having a little bit is fine, but you will get people who unfortunately get addicted and it takes over their life. I mean, you got whether it's mobile games, Call of Duty, Fortnite. These games can take over your life, but they can also help people relax. I mean, for me, it is relaxing.
Yeah, I think in moderation, isn't it? Is where it's. I know, like but with anything, there's going to be. You've done it too much, like alcohol. It becomes more of a problem rather than something of a positive, and that's the same with gaming. But obviously, some individuals can't control those sort of urges, and it ends up being a negative. But those who can, like I think myself, I rarely now are going on games till like early in the morning, and it's more when I do. It's more the games when I do go gaming now, it's a couple of hours here and there. Or, unless I got like a day free, then I might have a long session. But I'm not sitting at 4 a.m.
And I think as dads, I think we can definitely say, if you're obsessed with gaming and you don't want to be that obsessed with, have kids.
Yeah, you don't really have a choice.
although for the first 6 months, we get this question a lot on gaming dads. First 6 months, you will game. You will game, no problem, because if your partner or whatever is not looking after the kids and baby, and you're looking after the baby, then they don't go anywhere. So as long as you have something that you can stop.
Yeah, you can't play online games.
Yeah, you can't be like, stop crying, I'm on a kill streak.
But a game any game that isn't online where you can just
play Final Fantasy or Hitman or whatever, something you can pause. Then you can go, oh god, there's a smell coming from them.
Change their nappy.
Exactly. Once they start moving, that's when, because it's like, hang on, I'm just going to play a game. I'm just going to put you there. You turn around, turn the Xbox or PlayStation on, turn around, and they're gone. Yeah, so that's when you need to be like.
I have like tried, because sometimes I'll be on a game and my partner will come back sort of unexpected and she'll be like, "Oh, can I leave the little one with you?" And I've there has been time where I'm like, okay, and I after like 5 minutes, I'm like, yeah, this isn't working. I'm constantly having to pause it. I'll just save it, and most games now, luckily, it just saves straight away. So back in the day, you would have to probably just pause the game and then go back to it.
And then when they start actually walking and talking and everything like that, it's then a case of they want to play. You're like, yeah, I'm playing something that involves using 7 fingers at a time. You give it to them, they're like, nah, dead. You imagine your kids playing Elden Ring.
Yeah. That would happen. But I got like one of my friends who I haven't seen him for a while, but at primary school, we sort of were best friends throughout primary school, and he was like a bigger gamer than me, probably still is. But I remember he had a child a lot younger than me.
Mm-hmm.
I was around his house and he had his child with him, and it was a baby at that point. And he was like, "Oh, I need to feed her. I need to feed him." And I was like, "Oh, you're gonna pause it or whatever." And he was like, "No." And he had like this technique where he was like feeding the baby while it was holding the controller, and he was still there playing. I can't remember what we were playing, but I was like, wow.
So many times that my little boy, I had a bouncer that he loved, and he would just sit in it and he just watched me. He was very happy, or he'd just go on my chest and be fast asleep. That was it. But yeah, there you go. Each baby is different. You might not have that joy. My boy was fantastic. He was sleeping through the night at 2 weeks. Hence why me and my wife didn't have another one, because we were like, Hell no, is any more babies going to be better than that?
Because we've had brilliant. All of them have been good sleepers. I can't say throughout the day that they were quite difficult, but
That's right. Throughout the day's fine.
Yeah, but we've been pretty lucky with the sleepers. So we've spoke about our personal experiences. What about society? Are you one of those people?
Well, my wife is in education, so just say that. And there's so many kids out there now that literally. My wife doesn't tell me, but she has children that come in and fall asleep at their tables. And it's because they are parents who just, well, some of the parents just don't care. And like, yeah, let the kid play on PlayStation all night. But it's all because they're all playing on Fortnite or Call of Duty or something like that. And Call of Duty has had a very mixed history. I mean, Call of Duty was one when I talked about awards for depictions of war. I think Medal of Honor and Call of Duty both won various awards for that. But since they have been mostly about the online, they're all about making money and keeping people on, and so
it's never
those kind of games. It's the same as
leveling up, and then you get prestige or whatever, and then
and then you do it again, and then because and people get so angry about, and the world nowadays is so angry about everything, and it just exacerbates that. But yeah, I mean, I am somebody who, for my own mental health, I need to game. I need to have that turn off where I'm just got control in my hand, and I need everybody to just off and leave me alone. Or I need that peace and quiet. I mean, I'm stopping doing my night shifts this week. But like this week, because my wife's been off work, I've been able to come in. She hasn't been up. And so I just stuck the Xbox on and I had like just 20 minutes of peace and quiet. And I think that's what a lot of people, it is that escapism. It is that, if you're stuck in a dead end job or even if you love your job, it's, would you rather be an IT security guy, or would you rather be a wizard in a world of magic? Kind of thing.
Yeah.
So,
like for some people, some people get their kicks. Like some people like to go traveling or whatever, or they're really into gym, or that's their escape. They go running.
Yeah.
And for others, it's gaming. And obviously, for me and you, it is gaming, and hence why we're doing this podcast. Are you one of those people who can link where, and it's not, I haven't really heard it so much, but it was more of a thing when like Mortal Kombat was first coming out, where they were saying there was a link to gaming to then real life.
Oh yeah. Oh, what was his name? There was somebody Johnson, was it, in America, that tried everything in his power to get video games banned. He was a moron, but I don't think I think he's been shut up because there's so many things that he was proved wrong with. But I mean, there was, obviously Grand Theft Auto is the big one. I remember the hot coffee incident. I mean, it wasn't the fact that you could kill hookers or go around and just kill random people walking down the street. No, it was because you could go into a house and have your dick sucked. That was the thing that almost got it completely taken off. I'm very much artistic freedom. I think there should be. Now, some developers have pushed that. I mean, your Manhunt, that was Rockstar as well, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Was there a need for that game? No. Was it a brilliant game? No. Was it okay? And if yeah, it was all right. If nobody had made a fuss out of it, probably would have sold averagely. But because such a big fuss was made out of it, it sold reasonably well. So yeah, and by the time there was a Manhunt 2, wasn't there? I think. I'm just
Yeah,
going to look that up.
that was a man.
Yeah, Manhunt 2. By the time Manhunt 2 came out, no one cared. So yeah, no, I'm very much. I don't like the fact that you get like 6-year-olds who are like, or I don't care. I allow my kid to play whatever they want. So there is literally torture, male rape, and everything in Grand Theft Auto. Don't let your kids play it. And that's fine. I'm not. If you want to do that with your kid, that's up to you. But nah, don't do it.
Yeah,
I'm not going to say, oh, you're a bad parent or anything.
but like films, there's an age rating on games and films for a reason, isn't it? Because it's not suitable for children.
And sometimes you get it because it's a theme, or there might be a couple of swear words, kind of thing. Okay, yeah, that's fine. I mean, I played The Alters with my son in the room, and that has got some effing and jeffing in that. So I had to occasionally, because I had subtitles on, I could see it coming. So I'd be like, cough, 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 or just turn down the TV or something. So, but yeah, I don't know. Yeah. In terms of kids seeing that kind of thing, if it's at the extreme end, don't. Yeah, I would advise don't.
I would go of the opinion, if you're, say, an adult and you're playing a game and you say the reason why you've gone out and committed a crime is because you played a certain game, I think you're gaming or not, you're going to find a reason.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yes.
It's like when people watch films or whatever, and they say, I did this.
It exacerbates it. It doesn't cause violence. If somebody's violent anyway, then yeah, it's possibly going to play a small part in it. But that person's violent anyway. So I, nor my stepson or my son, are going to go out and kill somebody because we played Grand Theft Auto. My son hasn't played Grand Theft Auto, but yeah, but they are not going to go out and be violent due to Grand Theft Auto. Whereas I could go around in the city that I live in and go, yeah, that person is going to be violent. Yeah, they might, and they probably have played Grand Theft Auto. It's the same as looking at them and go, well, they've probably eaten ice cream, so therefore, then they must. I don't know, something random like they cause violence because they've eaten ice cream. It's it doesn't cause the violence because we as parents we are saying you shouldn't be violent. So this person who is violent is either going to have mental health problems, they're going to have parents who don't care, or an upbringing, or trauma, or something that causes that, or just the fact that they're a complete and utter bloody psychopath. It's not the gaming's fault. But will gaming exacerbate that complete psychopath? Probably, yeah, because they're a complete psychopath. So, yeah.
And I guess you could have the argument though, like, and I don't think there's been studies or anything, so don't sort of hold me on this. But you make the counter argument to say,
you play devil's advocate.
If someone could say, like, they may have committed crimes in the real life, but because they could do it on a video game, they were able to sort of, can't think of the word in, but they're able to sort of satisfy that need.
Yes, yeah. There you go. Exactly.
So
it could be a good thing.
On that, and so don't hold me on it. But yeah, you could say it's.
Yeah, at the end of the day, if you've got violent thoughts and you wish to get some relief from those thoughts, then yeah, get yourself some a one-on-one fighter, get yourself some GTA, get yourself Hitman.
Well, it's like what they say with like boxing in real life. They said like when people like I don't know on the like gangs or whatever, when they go and do boxing, they become less aggressive in real life because they're then sort of funneling it into like an actual. And they got So I guess
definitely, I'd 100% agree. 100%.
So overall, Duncan, good or bad?
Oh well, I'm a gamer, so it's got to be good. It's got to be good. There are business things that are bad. There are good, like the bad games, like there are bad movies, kind of thing that give nothing to society. But overall, I think let's face it. In terms of money, if all these business people that are like invading it, the reason why they are is because there's more money in games and games than there are movies and music. That it makes more. It has more revenue. Both of them put together. So what? This is why it suddenly went from this niche hobby where people were making these things, and business people suddenly realised, oh my god, we can actually make loads of money, and now it makes more money, games do, than the movies and songs put together.
And I know, like, obviously there are games which we've mentioned, like EA Sports, I know, which used to be FIFA, Call of Duty, where we buy the game and then there's an incentive to spend more money on that game to sort of enhance. But on a whole, I reckon there'll be some pushback on this, but I don't think in terms of what you get from a game, if you take away that stuff, the price of games, I think, like, I can remember in the 90s and 2000 that game pricing was pretty much the same then than it is now.
Mm-hmm.
And I know, I'm not saying, obviously it's gone up a little bit recently, and I'm not saying like 60, 70 pound is cheap, but then if you get 100 hours plus on that game, the movie, not probably a good example now because everything's on like Netflix or streaming or whatever, but you could potentially buy a movie for £10 or whatever, which would see then.
Well, one of the Disney's favourite things at the moment is they release a film in the cinema, in the theatre, and then what they do, let's say 6 months later, it's coming to DVD and streaming. What they do is they have the home premiere about a month before that, and they charge £20. So that's about $26 to view it, to buy it, a £20. So hang on, it doesn't cost that much to watch it in the cinema. So why would I? I don't get it.
I'm as well as a big fan of game. I'm really a big fan of sport, and especially football, and the amount it costs. If you want to watch the Premier League, the Champions League, they're all on different platforms. You've got Sky Sports, you've got TNT Sports, you've got some on Amazon Prime. I spend a lot more on that than I do on gaming. Like with gaming, Game Pass, and it's that will pretty much cover. I know you can buy games, but to get all those subscriptions is, that's obviously going down a different debate. But I think that the gaming in regards to pricing at the moment is about right. I think.
Right. Shall we say something behind the scenes right now? Are you watching the England versus Sweden?
I haven't been watching. I've been uploading, updating my phone, and England have won.
England have just won 3-2 on penalties after being 2-0 down. It's the England.
They seem like they missed
women's Euros.
20 penalties each.
We won 3-2. There was loads missed and saved. Yeah.
Anyway, kept updating
so that shows when we're recording. Anyway, sorry, I interrupted
No,
you.
but, yeah, we were talking about sports, so it was relevant. But I don't know. I don't know what else to add. I think I with you. I think overall it's a positive, but if it's managed incorrectly by the individual person, like with anything, it can then become a negative. But that's if you become
I think
addicted,
things
spend
that need.
your money on it, then that's when it becomes like a negative. Or if you're only playing games that are quite negative, then it's going to become a negative for you. But there's so much good and positive stuff you can get from gaming.
And there's so many cheap ways that you can get into gaming, whether it's buying like an emulation handheld or TV device, and you can play so many old games there. And if you want to play games, there are cheap ways out there to do it. And even if you have a PC and you're like, oh, I've spent all the money on PC and I've got no games, there are really cheap ways of doing that. And obviously, consoles, your PlayStation 5, your Xbox Series X are expensive, but they're not expensive as a PC, but the games are more expensive. So there are ways out. And this is another one with Xbox versus PlayStation is Xbox still has codes that you can use, so you can get games cheap. But yeah, there's so many ways that you can get into gaming if you want
it's
to.
more accessible than ever, isn't it? Like you don't even have to own a console or a PC. You can own like a Samsung. Is it Samsung? A TV that you can.
You can stream. You can stream on them. You can like with a Fire Stick. You can play if you've got Prime. You can. They have about I think now there's like about 20 games a month that they allow you to play for free via streaming. And that's and that's pretty much with any Fire Stick. So if you have a Fire Stick now, you have to have a modern Fire Stick 4K, and you can play Game Pass Ultimate. Any Samsung TV, any LG TV, I think from 2022 or 3, don't quote me on that. But yeah, any Samsung TV from I think 2022, 2023 will have Game Pass Ultimate. GeForce Now is a good way of getting a powerful PC on pretty much any device. But yeah, emulation because I think I had this discussion, or we had this discussion, didn't we? What is classed as retro? And
how far do you go back?
Yeah, PS3 and Xbox 360 are retro, and a lot of devices, including Steam Deck, can play these things. So maybe not PS3 so much, but Xbox 360 is quite widely, easily emulated. So yeah, it's good. I think it is very good. A very good impact on the world.
How you use
it needs parenting and some business people to stop being so greedy.
And then because there are games as well, like which help, like Minecraft. I know, like a lot of
I mean, you've literally got education edition of Minecraft.
Yeah, so if you utilize it to the best as you can, then it can be a massive benefit.
A positive impact on society. Yeah.
So I think that's a good way of concluding our debate.
Yeah, we were going to talk about developers, but we've got to 50 minutes. So there you go. It's been a bit of a quiet time on news, isn't it? There's not much happening now. We've had all the Summer Games Fest and all that kind of thing. There's not much happening other than things coming out on Game Pass and PS Plus.
Nintendo Switch 2 came out, which
there is Donkey Kong out now, which the reviews have been very good so far. I think last time I looked, it was at the 91 on Metacritic. I shall have another quick look. It's down to 90, but still 90%. Very good, universal acclaim. As I said, a few episodes ago, I played a 10-minute level, maybe. And it was fantastic. I'd highly recommend it from what I played. And it looks like the reviews have said that it is just as good as you would expect a Nintendo game to be. So there you go.
Well, there are many flaws that Nintendo have. They do make a good game.
Well, yeah. So we were going to talk about top developers, and let's face it, Nintendo would have to be in the running for the best.
Yeah.
Because whatever their faults for their expensive ecosystem, and they're making you pay for games again, and people do because those games are so good.
Yeah. You are pretty confident when they release the first part. And I know that it's not 100% that they have had games which haven't been great, but you are fairly confident when a new Mario Kart comes out, or a new Donkey Kong, or a new Super Mario.
Yeah,
that is going to be at high quality. Yeah, 90+ Metacritic games. So,
and Donkey Kong looks like it's carrying on that
trend.
That trend, yeah. Right. Well, lovely to have you back, Martin. Even though it was only one episode.
It felt like a counselling session.
Right. Well, focusongaming.co.uk. Like and subscribe.
Got a lot of things planned over the next few months, haven't we?
So, Tom's hard at it.
He's in the background, isn't he, Tom? Trying to get interviews sorted, and
we'll say that's where he is. Yeah, he's out there, roaming the streets.
Yeah, he's out there networking at the moment. I think he's going around some arcades trying to find.
Right, and on that note, bye.